Hello and welcome to the Stochastic Trend Trader tutorial. We're going to provide you with an overview of how you can get the most out of this exciting algorithm. This is one out of 3 new algos that we are bringing to market here in the month of February 2021. And what we've done is we have put 3 algos in a package for a super price for a limited time only, giving many Forex investors, perhaps people who are new to Forex or just people who want to experiment with different strategies, an opportunity to do so without breaking the bank. So the first tutorial is on the Stochastic Trend Trader, and as the name kind of gives away, this is based around the Stochastic Oscillator that you can see here on the screen. If you are new to the Stochastic Oscillator, or if you'd like to know more, it's quite easy to get more information. In cTrader, go up to the indicator panel here, and you go down to where it says Oscillator, and down in the bottom you have Stochastic Oscillator. Clicking on that, you can modify the settings, but you can also click the video icon here, and if you do so, it's going to load the explanation and the reasoning behind the stochastic, how it works, and what the intention was for those who invented it. Could be interesting just very quickly to describe who this algo is for. What is the intention of bringing this algo to the market? We wanted to provide a tool for essentially 3 different investors. Investor type number 1, you trade pullbacks, and you're looking for buying opportunities above a moving average. So this is audience number 1. If you trade like that, you're going to love this algo. It's going to simplify that process. The idea behind that is that we operate with a master moving average. In this particular case, it's a 200 period moving average. We're waiting for price to pull back, and when the stochastic crosses over, we take the buy trade. Note that we're not taking both buy and sell trades above. We only look for buying opportunities, which means that we buy here, which was a great trade. We also buy here. That was also a good trade. Here, we buy here and here. And most of these trades were winning trades. So that's one strategy. We wait for the retracement, and when there's strength in the market, coinciding with the crossing, we buy. So if you like this idea of investing this way, if you're already doing this manually, you can configure the bot to do that. So that's for you. Also, if you are doing scalping, you can configure the stochastic to be very responsive and very fast. You then attach the algo to a 5-minute or 1-minute chart, and then you can get a couple of pips here and there using the same idea of this, but on a shorter time frame. With a more responsive definition of on the Stochastic Oscillator. And finally, we also built it for those who simply like an investment algorithm that trades the swings. So we're going to provide you with some sample files. You can configure the Stochastic Oscillator to basically take the big swings. So when we're swinging up, we take a buy trade. When we're swinging down, we take a sell trade, and you can configure it to that as well. So it's quite a versatile algo. We're going to go through the parameter list now and give some recommendations. And I'm also going to show you how you can optimize this algo so that it serves your purpose and your investor profile. To the left, you can see the parameters of the Stochastic Trend Trader. And the first thing you want to do is you want to type in the serial number that you have received. And let's go through the list here. Now, you will find on the tutorial page sample parameters that I advise you to load, so you don't have to go through them and you don't have to optimize. We do suggest that over time that you optimize the parameters from time to time on your choice of financial instrument. This way you will get the best results. Make sure that the access ForexCove is set to no, otherwise our website will load in the background. You have the opportunity here to set the number of simultaneous trades that you accept you can have at any given time. When set to 1, you're doing what I call old school stochastic trading. You will only have 1 open trade at a time. So the first opportune moment, it takes the trade, and you either take profit or you hit stop loss, and you wait for the next moment to trade. Now if we set this to 10, for example, you can have up to 10 positions open at the same time. This also means that if you're optimizing for this, keep your account size in mind so that you don't expose yourself too much. If you do pullback trading, as mentioned, you would want to enable the moving average and set a moving average period that fits your trading style. So you're only buying above and you're only selling below. Here you set the type of moving average, and if you would like to use a trailing stop, you can enable this here, and you can set when the trailing should trigger and how many pips it trails after. We also have on this list, if we go down to the bottom here, you can set the maximum allowed drawdown in equity, and if that happens, it closes all positions. So this is your protection down here. We build in a number of different ways, as will be shown with the attached configuration files, a number of different ways that you can close out positions. So we have our traditional take profit target, and you have this down here. So you can have a take profit target, and you can have a stop loss as well. And then you have what's called cumulative take profit. The cumulative take profit means that if at any given time equity is X amount higher than balance, then you close all positions. So if I were to enable this, and it says 92 here, let's just change this to 50 for example. If I enable this feature here, it means that if at any given time equity is $50, in this particular case $50 above my balance, then it closes all positions with $50 profit. You can set when this should be active as well. And you can also make it so it only counts for open positions, which is a very interesting feature, which means that you can, in essence, ask the algo to only close all open positions if you are higher than the highest balance you've ever had since you started trading. So that's actually a very interesting feature as well. Let's not forget one of the most important settings down here, that is the stochastic itself. Here you set the stochastic period, and there are many different settings. If you study traditional literature, you will find the numbers such as 1433 or 301010 or 933. But I advise you to experiment with different settings here, because you can find many very interesting settings here, especially when you manage to align the stochastic with the natural behavior of the financial instrument that you wish to trade. That was a quick overview of some of the parameters and what they do. I want to show you how you can optimize for your trading profile. You do that by going down to the Automate panel here in cTrader, and then you should have these three tabs. The currency instance, the backtesting tab, and optimization. Click optimization. That opens up a panel where you have these options here. You will need to go into the backtesting settings, select the amount on your account, so you can take that into consideration. If you're going to start out with a 5K account, why not do your backtesting based on that? Here you set the commission size you have. If you're using an ECN account, typically you're paying around this per million. Please align this with your broker. And if you're using a fixed spread, you would set commission to 0, and you would set the spread to the fixed value that matches the spread you actually have with your broker. When you go to this particular field here, this is where you set the parameters that you want the optimization process to optimize for. Now, optimizing an algo in cTrader can take a long time, and that's why I say try to help the optimization process by making some choices for it. For example, if you were an old school trader, you want to have only one position open at any given time, simply limit to one trade. Doesn't have to calculate on that. If you know you're going to trade pullbacks, enable MA and set a reasonable range of between minimum and maximum, and the increments. So in this particular case, I put 50 as moving average as minimum, 200 as max, with increments of 10. I'm helping the algo calculate results faster. Also, in this particular case, I'm choosing, I don't need to see the results for all the different kinds of moving averages. I simply set exponential as the one I'm going to go for. I'd like to see results with and without trailing stop. And then I have my minimum, maximum, and increments of 5 in each one. I'm also curious to see what the cumulative take profit can do. So I said yes and no, minimum 2, max 200 in this particular case. Active from trade 1, and so on and so forth. So all the way down, you can try to restrict a little bit, which means that you can get faster. When I optimize stochastic, I like to do from 2 to 100, 2 to 200, 2 to 100. That yields excellent results. You can also turn the increments down to 1, then you get a bit more of granular control. That was a quick overview of the Stochastic Trend Trader. It is a tremendous algo. It enables you to trade the trend, to do pullback trading, scalping and swing trading. It's easy to use and the results are fantastic. I hope you enjoy the algo and see you in the next one.